Good morning, welcome to the RE Source, the very first edition of the 2012 edition of RE Sources, coming to you right now. So I hope you had a great 2011. I had a great year. I think you had a pretty good year.
Awesome, awesome.
I hope you guys are going to have a great year in 2012. It makes you wonder what's going to happen.
Yeah.
More foreclosures, less foreclosures, short sales, higher interest rates, maybe perhaps even lower values. Makes you wonder though, huh?
Yeah, but I know what's coming for 2012.
Yeah. Nostradamus, go ahead and tell them.
Well, we're going to sell 4.45 million homes, and the S&P will be up 9.4%.
Look at this guy over here. Those are pretty specific numbers. When did you become the market strategist?
Well, truth be told, NAR predicted the 4.45 million homes, and true market strategists predicted the S&P gains.
Yeah, but don't we have to take those numbers with a grain of salt? Or really a spoonful of salt for
Yes.
both their cases? I mean, really. I'm sure you guys like us are pretty sick of hearing these crazy numbers be thrown around. I mean, come on, consider the source. NAR, they have their own problems when it comes to predicting numbers.
Yeah,
So, NAR, why should we take those numbers seriously? And S&P, as far as I know, Goldman Sachs predicted a 25% increase for the S&P in 2011, and they weren't even close.
Yeah, it actually closed up 0.9%, meaning pretty much flat.
Yeah, I'm not that smart, but I think that's flat, right?
Missed it by that much.
So while we can tell you what other people predict, we would rather just take a look at the real numbers to see what lies ahead. Now let's start with just the past few months.
Sure.
Purchase and sale contracts being written on homes are actually up 7.3% to be exact.
So while there's no guarantee that these contracts will close, it is a good indication that more and more people are feeling good about buying right now.
How about some hard numbers though? Let's take a look at those.
Now, check this out. At the beginning of last year, we had about 5.1 million homes either in foreclosure or in serious delinquency, meaning over 90 days late.
Okay.
So pretty much about 5 million homes ready to be foreclosed on. Now, how many of those did we cycle through this year? Well, that's the alarming part.
Yeah, only 815,000 homes actually made it through the foreclosure process according to Realty Track.
That is a crazy low number.
Yeah, that means we are only cycling through 16% of the homes that are being foreclosed on.
So it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this one out. More foreclosed homes coming on the market mean, well, lower values unless the supply is met with hefty demand, and I don't think we have that hefty of a demand. But we did sell 4.25 million homes last year, and NAR saying we're going to sell 4.45 million homes this year, so you never know.
Well, let's just say NAR's right, okay? And we do sell 4.45 million homes this year. We know the coming foreclosure numbers are about that.
Okay.
Wouldn't that mean we would cycle through all the foreclosures from 2011?
Makes sense. I guess technically that's right, but you're forgetting one big problem. Not all homes being sold are foreclosures. We still have a large number of people that are still trying to sell their homes the good old-fashioned way. So I'd venture to say, guys, 2012, it's going to be what you make it. It's going to be a great year for us because we choose to embrace it and we decide to capitalize on the business at hand.
Dude, before we go on to 2012, can we talk about the absurd number we just kind of glossed over?
Sure.
We only cycled through 16% of the foreclosed homes this year.
I know, that's not very good. Well, if you wanted to be generous, you could throw in all the completed short sales. That's a whopping 380,000 homes, so that brings the percentage up to about 23%.
We made it through 23% of the foreclosed homes in 2011.
You know what though, guys? Again, 2012 is going to be what you make it. We choose to make it great. Do you guys choose success for your 2012 path, or do you choose apathy? Gary and I, well, we choose success, and we're going to do whatever it takes to make sure we get there. What are you guys going to do?
On a side note, guys, we've all been enjoying these low interest rates for quite some time, and we all know in the back of our heads it just won't last. So here's the deal, and you may want to share this with your office and your clients. The government has spent a lot of money to keep us afloat, and at some point, we're going to have to pay it back. Well, that point is now.
Yeah, the current administration just noted that we will see higher interest rates as soon as April 1st.
It starts in April as the government will start increasing what they call guarantee fees by 10 basis points, but the fun doesn't stop there. They'll continue to do so over the next several years, making money more expensive.
Here's the big problem, and I mean big. The money generated by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac's G fee hike, yeah, well, it doesn't go to Fannie and Freddie. Guess who it goes to? Here, and I quote, "The 10-year increase in Fannie and Freddie's G fee hike is to cover most of the costs of the legislation that extended the payroll tax reduction along with, get this, unemployment benefits for 2 months." Okay, if you missed it, the problem there lies in the details.
They're taking money out of our industry to pay for something completely different. And if you know the government, once they get a foothold on taking money, i.e. taxes, from somebody or something, they don't let go. This is a huge problem because it opens the door for the government to dip into the mortgage fund anytime they want.
Let me put it to you this way. Taxes were originally started to pay for the wars that the government got ourselves into. Once the wars ended, the taxes to pay for that war were supposed to end as well. Well, we all know that didn't happen.
Get the drift? We don't want this to be a possibility for the government to dip into our industry anytime they want to pay for a screw-up somewhere else. We need to get these guys privatized as soon as possible.
Privatized is right. It's not like the government can go up to any private bank they want and say, hey bank, we miscalculated on how much we paid for unemployment this year, so we're going to need a few $1 billion, so how about you hook us up? Not going to happen.
Yeah, private banks are just that. Private, meaning the government can't just go pull money from them anytime they want.
Yeah, the sooner we get these white-collar political criminals out of the back pocket of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, the better we'll all be.
Hey Nar, you want to fight a battle? Go push for that one. Do us all a favor and put all those yearly dues to work for us and get Fannie and Freddie out from underneath the government's hands.
Yeah, talk about a goal for 2012. That should be our collective goal.